Ladies and gentlemen, we are live once again. It's Thursday night, the Third and Long podcast. My name is Shane Harris. Above me is Oliver Butler Henderson. To my right is Philip Perrins. And the top corner, our beautiful baby Hope himself, Oliver Hope. Gentlemen, how are we doing on this quite wet and windy Thursday evening?
Konnichiwa to all our Japanese followers.
Oh, you've been learning!
No.
Storm of Bet hitting us harder here in the UK, isn't it?
More top north, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it came through the southwest yesterday, though.
No. Okay.
They almost abandoned Bath races because of it.
Really?
I know.
Yeah.
How's it going, Mr. Perrins? How's things? Not eating again, you?
I'm good, guys. I'm good. I know what. Can you hear me all right?
Yeah.
What are you eating today?
I've got a can of Pepsi as per. That's my preferred drink. That's the sponsored drink.
Pepsi Phil.
And I've also got some bourbon cream.
Ooh.
Yes, I am Pepsi Phil. I'm just going to change my name to that. Thank you for saying that.
Well, I got some beer, which I thought you'd appreciate, Phil. It's not mine.
Oh, that's
Is
fair.
yours?
To be fair,
What is
to be
it?
fair, let me just.
It's Darth Vader.
It is. It's not mine.
That's awesome.
Just to dispel any rumors and myths about what's like life to be like a media and a film teacher. I'm actually not a massive fan of Star Wars. I'm actually a Trekkie. I'm a Star Trek fan, hence the Star Trek tattoo.
I just thought it'd pop all you pop culture nerds out there.
Oh, I'm not. We're gonna have to reevaluate our friendship, my friend.
because unlike Star Wars, which is about conflict of people from different viewpoints, Star Trek is all about accepting people's differences and likes and opinions. So, if anything, I'll take the high ground on this one. Oh, yeah, Star Wars pun.
But Star Wars is just infinitely better. So.
Except Star Wars isn't. When you're old enough, Ollie, like you'll realize when you stop being a child, you go, "Oh man, Star Wars was good when I was little because this guy's got a red laser sword and this guy's got a blue laser sword. Oh my god, they fight!" When you actually go, like, "Well, that's not how the world works," and
It's
you actually watch
green.
an episode of Star Trek, and you go, "Shut
And
up!"
it's lightsaber.
It's blatantly the first episode is blue.
And actually, I think you'll find somebody has a purple one too.
Yeah, but
Look what calls now. Sorry there.
Keep
that was
down in
the
your
only
pants.
reason why he accepted the job, because he told George Lucas, "I'll be in your film if I get to have a purple lightsaber." That is the only reason why it's purple.
True. I hear that as well. True. It's true.
Who said that?
Yeah,
Samuel L. Jackson.
He agreed. He agreed to do Star Wars.
I want to be able to find myself in a big fight scene, so I want a different coloured lightsaber to everyone else.
Yeah,
Love that.
That's the only reason why. It's got nothing to do with the crappy mythology of, oh, the purple lightsaber means this. No, it's a load of crap. LJ wanted to stand out. That's literally it.
Anyway, sorry about that.
Shall we talk about Monday Night Football?
You can if you want.
And more importantly, let's talk about the women's on a meme, because she's become more famous than the actual game, hasn't she? That the woman is like literally her reaction throughout the game of when they won and when they lost.
This is the issue with that. They won offense and she was shouting, "Get him!"
Yeah, and
Does she mean the ball? Can't get the ball, maybe?
I was like,
She's seen the ball, the man?
Get
is she
something.
like get the receiver, hit the receiver with the throw, or
Possibly, yeah. Yeah, that sounds about right.
It turns out she was not hired by the NFL, like a lot of people thought.
yeah, she's a stay-at-home mom, because there was this thing, wasn't there? There was this picture of her in a Vikings jersey.
Yeah.
And it said, oh, she's actually quite good. Which the actual story that she said on the Pat McCaffrey show was she bought that jersey for her son because like her son's middle league team like play in purple, and she like literally is like a proper soccer mom, gets massively involved, but she's a child. And I watched the whole thing. She comes across as really nice and homey. I actually would love her to actually support the foot, like to actually come on our show and even like support like a team like in the UK. That'd be brilliant. She seems just really chill.
We're turning away guests at the moment, but I digress.
I was just hoping she was she just hated the Chargers so much and she supported whoever. No, she hated the Cowboys so much she just supported whoever the Cowboys were playing.
Fair.
Can we talk about how poorly used Quinton Johnson is? So he was meant to be this big-bodied wide receiver like Mark Williams is, like they've already got there. So Mark Williams has gone uninjured, and they're not using Quinton Williams at all. He's had 4 targets, I think it is, all season.
I know. We're gonna move on to me having a rant about the Chargers in a minute, and that's part of it. So I'll save what I have to say about Quentin Johnson
Cool.
for that.
Hey, that's fine with me. He has had, how many targets has he had? 2, 5, 8, 10, 13 targets this season. That is poor considering some players get that in one game.
He's a first round pick.
We'll go back to that in a bit. We'll get to that in a bit. The game itself, Dak did what Matt can't do and drove it down the field for a winning field goal.
Well, actually, Justin Herbert had the chance to put the Chargers ahead and threw a pick when the Cowboys were already ahead 2017. So that's also going to be. I'm going to stop talking because this is all part of what I'm going to say in a minute.
Okay, gentlemen, fill us in for the rest of the game.
So hold on. Keep talking for a second.
He's digesting his biscuit. Whee! That's such a.
It's a good job we don't pay for the content, isn't it? People don't pay for this content.
So, to be fair, if we're on Patreon, would be getting paid, wouldn't we?
Yes, exactly.
Okay. About the rest of the game between the Chargers and the Cowboys. I thought the Chargers played okay, and if anything, I think they defeated themselves. Lots of question marks around the Cowboys. I don't think this is a true test of their bounce back loss against the 49ers. But yeah, I mean, I was a little bit more impressed with the Chargers. I mean, I hate the Cowboys like the 31 other teams in the NFL. And yeah, we'll see next week. I didn't think they played particularly well, and I think they're actually quite fortunate that they actually came away with the win.
Yeah, I mean, the Chargers run game is ineffective, though, isn't it? It's 53 yards. And, okay, it was Eckler's second game back after injury? Second game back, I can't remember off the top of my head now, which is quite shocking, to be fair. Eckler's meant to be one of these top running backs, so they got rid of, I can't remember who it was now, and he stepped up, had a really good couple of years. He's been injured, and he's not found that.
It was Melvin Gordon the third, wasn't it?
Yes, that was it.
Yeah. And where's he now?
Same as all second contract running backs, mate. And since he's come back from his injury, he's not been the same. This is why, goes back to the saying again, why running backs don't get paid contracts. I saw something earlier on. I think it was. I think it might have been unheard. It might have been something else that. Derrick Henry could be a trade target.
Yeah,
he's 30 years old.
I've seen that in a lot of places.
He's 30 years old and he's on a massive contract. A, who's going to want to take a risk on a 30-year-old running back? And B, who's going to want to pay that contract? I know for the fact there's 3 teams here that won't pay it. Well, that one might, because they need the running backs.
What do you mean we need running backs? If we just remember a superstar, our running backs do what they need to do and do what they need to do well. When they're fit.
Yeah, exactly. You go through running backs like they go through quarterbacks.
Well, they used to.
Yeah, true. Yeah, Ollie, take us away. What you want? You've got some words about LA.
Okay. Here's my issue with LA. They have Justin Herbert, Austin Eckler, Keenan Allen, Quentin Johnson. I know Mike Williams injured, and on defense they have Joe Bosa. They have Khalil Mack. They did have J.C. Jackson. They have Derwin James. How the hell is this team 2-4?
That's a good point. Coaching, Kirby.
Yeah, Brandon Staley is not a good enough coach. And
no,
can
somebody, go on. Sorry, I won't interrupt.
Somebody tell me how Justin Herbert is a good quarterback, because I cannot see it. Justin Herbert for me is probably a below average, maybe average quarterback. I've never seen Justin Herbert have the bottle to do it when it matters, and they paid him what? 200? What was it? 50 million a year?
Here's a question: Mac or Justin?
Okay, well that's a different question, because then you're comparing apples with the worst quarterback. Because then you're comparing apples with the worst quarterback in the league.
So who's talking about Who's Mac? Who's Mac?
And he's a good quarterback, but lots of people put him in this elite category, and to me, he's never been shown enough to be in this elite category. As you said there, not using Quentin Johnson, who was a first-round pick, who was catching passes all over the place from. Was it USC? I thought it was TCU. I'm pretty sure Jordan Addison was from USC and Quentin Johnson was from
It was TCU. Yeah, TCU.
So so you can catch passes from Max Duggan, who was a bit of a pocket passer, but Justin Herbert just doesn't use him. Austin Eckler isn't performing. Keenan Allen is their only shining star on offense. But for me, I just think unless they decide to scapegoat Kellen Moore again, Staley has to go.
Because this is his, third year in LA now?
Third year, yeah.
Made the playoffs once. They were one and done.
They wasted a 23-0 lead.
Yep, against I want to say Las Vegas.
No, it was Jacksonville.
Yes, it was. Wasn't it? Jacksonville's massive comeback. And it just shows that obviously most head coaches get 3 years. And then this guy, right, that seat's getting a little bit warmer. You did say that it's possibly he was on the hot seat at the start of the season. You were one of his top 5.
I did. I think I had him at number 1.
Possibly, yeah. But yeah, so sees that one. Yeah, I mean, so yeah. Right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to do it something a little bit different. We normally have players of the week and rookies of the week running across the bottom. It's been a manic week for all 4 of us. Well, 3 of us.
Before we move on, can I just have my little say about the Cowboys? Is that okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you got your boots on your cap and you're like,
yeah.
Hangman Page, baby. So Ollie put in the chat the other week that Ravens are frauds. No, the biggest frauds in the NFL are the Cowboys. Sorry, Ollie, as you were.
which Ollie?
The Ravens are frauds.
Oh, okay. That says everything. Right.
Sorry. I literally just did that on screen, and then you just see Shay just go like, "For fuck's sake!"
I wasn't even looking. I was going, right, how can I put this to agree with you, but without pissing off Shane? Because Dallas Cowboys are just as bad as the Ravens.
Just because we can't compare in a red zone. Come on now.
But then how bad are the Titans then if the Ravens are bad?
Oh, mate. We ripped into the Titans on bloody Tuesday, on Monday night. Come on.
The Titans are like the Patriots. Lost causes.
Nullify Henry, you beat the Titans, end of story.
Yeah.
Well, you did for most of it, apart from one big 80-yard run.
That's fine, yeah, Perhaps the gods were on my side that day because he actually won me some money.
What money? The fucking...
All right. Anyway, professional.
It's before 9 o'clock, Ollie. It's before 9 o'clock.
Yeah, that's why I muttered it under my breath. I was like, Muttley,
no,
all right.
We all heard it.
Right. As I said, we're going to do something slightly different. We're going to go around the board and go through our week 6 players and rookies of the week. Rookies, obviously, first-year players. You could pick anyone. Don't care if it's a rookie. As long as it's not Jake Moody, who missed the winning field goal.
I'm all about positivity this week. I mean, I'm talking about well-being. We talked off air about our own personal well-being. I am here to say that even though he choked when it mattered, he cost the game, he literally let his own team down from going perfect, I still think Jake Moody is Rookie of the Week. No cap.
Fair enough. Now, I know there's 2 people here. They're dressed in red, and it's not the person who just spoke who want the same person as their Rookie of the Week. So I want you a quick game of rock, paper, scissors. Whoever wins gets to go first. Gets it first.
No, this isn't fair. This is not fair.
Well, I mean,
Hey.
I put it on the chat first.
Yeah, but come on. I wouldn't do it to you.
You can have him.
Bloody well would.
Thank you, but thank you. I wouldn't. I couldn't even.
I pretty much only took him to try and annoy you. So.
Yeah, I thought you would as well. And don't worry, you succeeded.
So he tried to put the safety against us to annoy me as well, but that didn't work.
Yeah.
Right. As you might have guessed, they've called it. Say it together, gentlemen.
1, 2, 3. Zay Flowers.
It does.
Yeah. We all know why he wanted it, so
Oh yes.
we'll scrap that. We'll ignore him. Ollie, why have you chosen
Well, I
today?
mean, he got his first touchdown in the NFL.
Right in front of the three of us.
Yes,
I know.
mean, six receptions, 50 yards, and I mean, he got. I mean, I know that they scored 2 touchdowns in the game, but the other one was pretty much given to them. So, we'll go. So, Zay Flowers scored the all-important touchdown in the game in London. So I thought, giving his props for Rookie of the Week.
Yeah, completely. He was he had an absolute brilliant game. To be fair,
Yeah.
I've gone for
He was the best receiver on the pitch.
mate by an absolute mile. And when you've got
Yeah.
someone like D Hop, Odell, who's your other wide receiver out there, Shayna?
Bateman is there as well. Mark Andrews can be classed as a receiver, even though he's a tight end.
So yeah,
Ball catcher.
I would name some tight end receivers, but you know it's only D Hop there that Tannehill throws to. So I've chosen K'Wan Williams, 159 yards, which is his record as a rusher. 1 touchdown for
he's
20
cooked.
carries. Unfortunately, he's now gone into IR until at least week 11. Standard. Is it me? Or was there a hell of a lot of injuries this year?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Players of the week. Shano, lead us off, my friend.
No surprise once again. After this week, I may shut up about seeing my Ravens live for the first time. Well, at least for a little bit. My player of the week is the best to ever do it, the best there is, the best there was, and perhaps the best there ever will be, Justin Tucker.
Didn't you get one blocked?
Why are you chuckling at?
I'm laughing at something unrelated. I'm just going to mute myself.
He did get one blocked, but yeah, I mean, I won't lie. I do think he's probably going to go in the Hall of Fame.
Oh yeah,
He's probably the greatest. You know,
100%.
Probably first balance.
Yeah, all day long. Mr. Perrins, what was yours?
Someone that actually does contribute to a game is on a really, really good underdog coming to the forefront. Jared Goff. Oh my God. Jared Goff is actually proving that he wasn't just a one-season wonder at the Rams. He's actually showing his true potential. I remember when he first got traded to the Lions when they got rid of Stafford, and he was kind of like he was thought of being like almost like a bridging quarterback, and that first season was a little bit rocky. Last season he really, really came into his own, and then this season he's hit the ground running. We talk about like Dan Campbell's team. This is Jared Goff's team. And his stats from the weekend is like Goff, 30 completions on 44 attempts, 353 yards, 2 touchdowns, and a QBR rating of 78.7. That is amazing. Yes, we can argue that it's only the Bucs, but this is a good Bucs team. Yes, they only are 3-2, but they're 3-1 coming into it, and they performed really, really well. But this Detroit Lions team is amazing. They've now put themselves in the category of teams in the NFC that you could probably put as top tier, going on elite. The Lions will go very, very deep into the playoffs. I think in the NFC, it's essentially between the Lions, the Niners, and the Eagles, if we're being really, really honest. And the Lions are really, really showing that defensively they are solid, but offensively it's starting to click with them as well. And Jared Goff is the man for that. He is literally amazing. I love him.
We've got on Sunday, but that's a Sky game, 6 o'clock, and I'm absolutely terrified.
And
it's going to be a good game.
Not to dampen your spirits, is the polite way of putting it. I think they are the most consistent 5-1 team that we've had so far.
Yeah. I mean, I almost put that as a prediction game, but I didn't because it involved the Ravens.
Yes.
You've got something to say to that, Phil.
I agree to disagree. I'm not jumping on the Niner boat, but until the game against Cleveland, which we only lost, by the way, from a missed field goal by my rookie of the week, I would actually say that the 49ers have been the most consistent since the season started, but it doesn't mean that I don't respect the hell out of the Lions. I actually would fear them more than any other team actually in the playoffs.
Yeah, I'm happy we're not playing them this week.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I have
Oh,
gone.
oh,
You're
I
lost
was
because
going.
you're player one. So shut up.
Okay. Am I ready player one?
Yes. So I chosen the hardest name to pronounce. Bobby Okeneke, the Giants linebacker. His stats for the game against the Bills, who were poor to say at best. They were 9-0 down going into the last quarter. Near enough.
Yeah, and then the refs won the game for the Bills.
Yeah. So he had 11 tackles in total. 8 of them were solo tackles. 2 for tackles for loss. 2 passes deflected, and it was a fumbled recovery as well. He had a game and a half.
In the words of the commentators, he was a one-man wrecking crew.
Yeah, he was brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. I mean, none of the other stats came anywhere near him on the Giants' defensive side. He was literally trying to put himself in the shot window. He played really, really, really well. The winner of our poll of Player of the Week went to the gentleman that sat to my right, who with 38% of the votes is
Raheem Mostert.
Yes.
I mean, 17 rushing attempts, 115 yards, 2 touchdowns. Also, 3 receptions, 17 yards, 1 touchdown. I think this is like the 3rd time he's been my player of the week in the 6 weeks. So
he was doing well.
He's having a hell of a season, and he carried that on. He's really stepped up in my fantasy when I needed him to, and everything's going well because Saquon got injured, but he stepped up.
Everything's going well because Saquon got injured.
Saquon got injured, so I just put Mostert in my team, and he scored.
Some make-believe game. You wishing pain and injury on real people for some make-believe game. Brilliant.
So I've got Bobby in front of me on my screen, on my other screen, on the ESPN picture. He looks like Raheem Sterling.
Not touching that one.
They look like they could be twins. It's quite scary. Mr. Parents, we haven't received your nomination for Player of the Week. Would you like to tell us?
I told my Player of the Week.
Oh,
my Player of the Week. Oh God, I didn't even think about that.
We've only been doing this how long now?
Yeah, no, I completely forgot about it. It's the one thing I forget to do every bloody week.
I can give you 43 seconds to think if you want.
Yeah, I'm gonna have the play that got Jimmy Garoppolo injured on Monday night. On Sunday night, sorry.
I was going to choose Julia Pepper's hit on bloody Devontae Adams.
He's ruled out for Sunday's game, Jimmy Garoppolo.
Oh no! Oh, he died for our sins again, did Jimmy Garoppolo?
Play VT, Mr. Hope.
Yes, here are the plays of the week that were given to us ahead of time.
Long kick, often outkick your coverage. Really almost untouched. He's going to hear about this one getting tackled by the punter, but after the big play, setting his team up in the red zone, I think everybody will forgive him.
70-yard return for Duvernay. 1st and 10, Miami's ball. Mostert getting the block from Hill. He explodes, and he spins, and he drives. There he goes. Lamar dancing around. Flings it to Flowers. Touchdown.
So, if you didn't know, we had the Duvernay 70-yard punt return where he got tackled by the punter. I think if he'd have kept foot on the gas, he would have made it all the way. We had Mostert's angry run of the week competition. That was brilliant, and literally he bulldozed that the corner or the safety who came up. And we had Zay Flowers' first ever touchdown right in front of us, which was, to be fair, was nice to see, being that I'm a Boston College fan and I had a Ravens fan right below me, or above me in this case. In that case, yeah, definitely.
Do you know what I love about that play? My favourite bit about him scoring that touchdown is that little hop he does at the end. Like, I jumped off the line, I made it, sort of thing. And yeah, I love it. I love it. Brilliant.
News of the week, gentlemen. Who would Roger Goodall, we have kept him for another 3.5 years. It's almost like an election presently.
He
Mr.
keeps
Perrin,
making money.
you are very vocal about this. Please lead us away with it, my friend.
All right. So, to the surprise of no one, Roger Goodell is re-elected for another 3 years. Is it in the NFL?
3.5, yeah.
And 3.5 years, which will probably give him an insane pay rise as well. We criticize on our show and other shows as well, and the NFL fan base are very vocal for the disdain for Roger Goodell. But there are 32 men in the world that do not care about fan opinion on Roger Goodell, and those are the owners of the 32 NFL franchises. As long as Roger Goodell continuously makes money for those 32 owners, Roger Goodell will continuously remain in that position until he and he alone decides not to re-elect himself. And if then, I'm sure he will have a hand in selecting his replacement. Roger Goodell was never, ever going to be ousted. It's not like with FIFA or UEFA. Roger Goodell has been involved in scandals, and he's been called out by the press for his etiquette and some of his ethics. Roger Goodell is not going to be removed because the NFL owners do not want him out of that position because he keeps making them a lot of money. So it's news that doesn't really surprise me. So when it came out, I didn't actually go, "Oh wow, what shocking breaking news!" It didn't even come across me. But that's kind of my stance on it, gents. What do you think? We in agreement?
Yeah, because as long as Goodell keeps making 32 teams money, he's going to stay in that role as long as he wants to.
Yeah.
Mr. Hope, Harris, you did it right, no? Go around the board. Mr. Harris?
Would there be any cause for him not to be re-elected? Like, do you think he's done anything for people to have cause for concern at all?
Yes, but he doesn't get final say. Like, even when things go to like tribunal or on hits and rule changes, he still needs to get permission from the owners to make those things happen. So I think he accepts the fact that he can be an incredibly unlikable person and the face of the league. I just don't think he cares because he gets a boat ton of money anyway. I mean, he's 64 years old and he's had the position since I think 2006.
He's 64.
Like from what I looked earlier. So he's going to go down as
good
one of the
64.
longest. He's 64 years old. Well, if you got paid an insane amount of money every single year, you would as well. But I think he's coming up to being one of the longest serving commissioners in the NFL history. And he's also kind of like bolstered this billionaire dollar era of the NFL. He's turned it from always being like America's game to being the biggest game that Americans watch through TV deals, through the deals that he has had with Madden. We criticize Madden. I bought Madden this year. I bought Madden knowing it would be the exact same game that I bought 2 years ago, just with fresh rosters. But it makes a lot of money, and that's all that matters, is how far the NFL teams are continuously going into the black, as opposed to being in the red. So there's no case for him to ever want to step down until he makes that decision himself. But yeah, he's been in the position. So I've just got it up now. He's been in the position since 2006. He started working for the NFL in 1982 under then long-term commissioner Pete Rozelle, who was again
He's
very
been in the NFL as long as I've been on this planet.
Wow.
Yeah.
A long time.
Okay.
This might show my age, but Goodell is the only commissioner I actually remember.
Say again, sorry.
I only remember the only commissioner of the NFL I actually remember is Goodell.
Here's my take on it.
So I've got a little bit to add on after you, but yeah, please do.
From a UK fans view, he was the one who wanted to bring the NFL over here.
Yeah.
He was the one who wanted to bring the NFL games. He's the one who wants to expand the NFL into Europe. He's openly talked about saying the UK is ready for a franchise. It is just a case of logistics and making sure everything can be done easily and fair for teams. That's why we had the Jaguars coming back to the game over here in the UK. His idea to put forward. He's openly spoke about the last time we were having a Super Bowl over here.
That's not going to happen.
I don't think it'll happen at Tottenham because February's bloody cold in the UK and it's open aired. If anywhere, it's going to happen in Cardiff.
Yay!
where it's closed, where it's closed off. Yes, it's about 10,000 left than it is in Tottenham, but that's what I see it as. For a UK fan, brilliant. Keep bringing the games over here. We love it. Costs us loads of money, but yeah, keep bringing games over here. Yeah.
Just add on to Shane's little ask when he said about, like, is there anything that could potentially oust him? Only because I've just remembered one and I've just quickly looked up the other. There's been 2 instances in the last 5 years that probably could have made him resign or been pushed out. One was the whole handling of the Colin Kaepernick situation, where he was almost the face of the NFL ownership, hammering down and almost forcing Kaepernick out of the league. And then the NFL paid Colin Kaepernick off. If you remember that story, it wasn't the fact that he just got released. He accused them of racism and blackballing him. He paid Colin Kaepernick off to go away. The other thing as well in recent times is the whole thing that happened with oh god, I've completely forgot his name. The Raiders coach that they fired,
John
Gruden, and him leaking, saying like the emails and being like his emails being hacked, and collusion with the Washington Redskins owner in terms of all the shadiness and how some of the owners and Goodell helped kind of like cover up a lot of the stuff that Snyder was doing in Washington. If those 3 major things weren't enough for him to resign, short of him being murdering somebody or being involved in some form of cocaine hooker scandal, I don't think Roger Goodell would actually be forced out of that position. Again, he's gone through 3 major things that any other CEO would have been made to step down from. All right,
Mr. Hope, talk us through the new head coach hiring process.
So the new head coach hiring process that was made official, I believe, on Tuesday, is that now in-person interviews cannot be conducted until after the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. I agree with what Pat McAfee had to say on his show, which is that it should be after the Super Bowl, because the people who are probably having these interviews are the coaches that have got their teams to the Super Bowl and should probably focus on that. But I guess it's a step in the right direction. I'm not sure what you lads think about it.
Well, I said before, didn't I? Before we came on the air, I don't think they should contact a coach until the team is out of the playoffs. It's too much of a distraction. You know, we had how many times did we have Josh McDaniels speak to players while we're still in the playoffs? It's a distraction. It's unfair on the teams that are in the playoffs are trying to win something. For the teams who are minority meh at best the season before.
Of course, it's akin to the tapping up scandal in the Premier League a few years ago.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah, completely. Is there anything else, any other news you want to talk about? I don't think there is. I know there's a couple of
flag football in the Olympics.
Yes, that was
Yes.
it. Flag football in the Olympics.
And I noticed today that the NFL are trying to encourage current players to participate in the flag football in LA 2028.
Des Bryant's well up for it. According to his Twitter, he's well up for it.
Yeah.
Imagine
Gronk wants in.
Imagine Dave from The Crown and Heart having to chase down Tariq Hill. It's impossible. Right. Here's my thing. Yes, I'd love to see these superstar players do this, you know, for the country. Yes, okay, they're going to have Americans. They got Brits out there. Obviously, they've got Canadians, Mexicans, all kinds of players all over the country.
Yes.
Majority of professional boxers aren't allowed in the Olympics. So that's, you know, we didn't see Anthony Joshua in the Olympics after he turned pro. Same as
Amir Khan.
That's the puppy. I was thinking of people like that. We didn't see them in the Olympics after they turned pro.
And in football, you're only allowed 3 players over the age of 23 in your squad.
Exactly. So you either take senior high school players who are about to go to college, let them go for it, make them build their name. It's another way. Or you take XFL players USFL players or whatever it's called. Players
USC
over.
players?
UFC, yep. Players over. Or first year, second year college players who aren't eligible to go into the draft.
What's wrong with taking NFL players?
Because these guys are the creme de la creme, and you'd be America winning every year.
Yeah.
Well,
Maybe the women's may be different because the British women's team is bloody good.
You say that, but in the baseball last time,
In the baseball.
Yeah, I was going to say like.
the USA didn't win. Japan
Yeah,
beat them in the final, and America haven't won every time in the basketball.
True, but basketball has a lot more. There's Spanish players.
A lot more Europeans now.
Mexicans. There's a lot of Europeans over there.
I was about to say Russian as well, but not anymore.
In ice hockey, there's a lot of ice hockey's a bit different because obviously you got Canada, you got Sweden, you got Russia.
Yeah, but I mean,
The World Cup final, the World Cup final of the hockey was Canada against Slovenia, I think.
Yeah.
No, it's not
Yeah,
like it
a
was
lot
Sweden.
And what
You
it makes funny is that the NHL players weren't allowed in the last Winter Olympics anyway.
No, so I think it's just to make it a little more level playing field, or allow because you can imagine Josh Allen, Jamar Chase, Waddle,
McCaffrey.
Sauce Gardner, bloody Matt Judon, and it's like Purdy and bloody Fred Warner in the team. It's like,
Did you hear that?
Yes,
He said
yeah.
Purdy. He said Purdy. He said
Yeah, I
Purdy.
don't want anybody players picked anyway, it's fine.
I just couldn't think of any.
Chris
off the top of my
Harris
head.
has come in saying, "Hello, boys. How are you doing? Hello,
It's the
Shane."
Wildcat, Chris Harris. Nice to meet you, Chris.
Oi! You be nice to my mother.
I didn't. What? It's fine. The Wildcat. Literally,
I
the
know,
Wildcat.
I know.
America's Most Wanted. What-
I know what you mean.
I wasn't
I
throwing
know.
any shade at Miss Harris. Hello, Miss Harris.
It's all good.
Hello, Mr.
Hi, mother.
Right. That's enough of the past tense. Let's look forward to week 7 of the NFL, which starts in 4.5 hours' time. Ollie, we've got to get this more sorted because we seem to hit the button just literally fraction of a second after each other. It clicks each other off. It starts tonight with Jacksonville, New Orleans Saints. There are some quite big games. We won't talk about the one that's taken at Foxburg because that's going to be a bloodbath. Around the table, game of the week, in your opinion, not including your own team, Mr. Hope.
As well
your-
Lions and Ravens.
Divisional
The
matchup,
reason it's on
boom.
Sky. It's not a divisional matchup.
It's not.
Conference matchup, not even a
It's
conference
not even a
matchup.
conference
no.
matchup.
No,
It's
no,
NFC.
it's been a long, tiring week. All right.
It could be a previous Super Bowl.
I think the Lions will probably just edge it, but I think it'll be a good match. I think there's a reason. I think Sky picked well this week.
Makes a nice change, doesn't it? Yeah. I completely agree. I do think it's a brilliant game. I also think game of the week's on Sunday Night Football as well. Miami against
Yes.
Philadelphia.
Oh, I was going to go for it.
That was one of my ones as well, but I'll come on to that in a bit.
Go on then, Mr. Perrins.
Tis the season for All Hallows Eve. It is the spookiest time of the
Oh,
year
Bill's favorite time of year.
down, where some of us will be sitting down and carving a pumpkin, eating some kettle corn, and watching a good horror film. Some people like to watch Halloween. Some people like to watch Nightmare on Elm Street. The horror film that I'm going to be watching kicks off at 6 o'clock on Sunday, where the Bills will take on the Patriots, and that's going to be.
You couldn't help it, could I?
and that is my horror film. Oh no, game of the week. Will McCork will be the final girl? We don't know.
It's basically going to be a slasher movie. It's I will stand by my team to the very last second. It's. There has been a couple of times in the third quarter. At the end of the third quarter, sod this, I'm going to bed, especially when it's like a Sunday night or Monday night football game. So yeah, sod that, I'm going to sleep.
Yeah, I've got texts from you saying certain things such as "sod this, I'm going to sleep."
Yeah, Mr. Harris.
Seeing as the both Sky games, as Ollie said, Sky have picked well this week. Ravens Lions kick off at 6, and the game afterwards is the Dolphins and the Eagles. Since those games have been picked, I think I'm going to pick another one of my colleagues' favourites here on the show. Can Minshew Mania bounce back against the Brock Purdy conquering Cleveland Browns?
Oh yeah, sorry. I was actually going, but Brock Purdy didn't conquer the Browns. Oh wait, okay.
I see what you did there.
Yeah, you had to switch that, think that up, didn't you? Yeah, we got you.
Yeah, so Colts play the Browns at Lucas Oil on Sunday. I don't know which way this is going to go. The Colts are 3-3. The Browns are 3-2. I don't know if we see the same Browns defense that we saw against the Niners. The Browns are gonna get the Duke 100%. But as we know, when it all comes crashing down and it hurts inside, that Minshew's gonna be able to kick out at 2, and he may get the Duke.
It's almost as if, Shane, that's one of the predictions game I chose.
No way,
brother.
There is a dumpster fire game of backup quarterbacks happening down
in
Ford Field. Not Ford Field.
Soldier Field.
Yeah. Brian Hoyer against...
No, it'll be Aidan O'Connell.
Yeah, I think it's going to be Aidan O'Connell.
Oh. That one as well.
And he said that last time it was Aidan O'Connell.
I know Hoyer came
Brian
in
Hoyer
for
came in against
on
New England.
Yeah.
Shayna, we pretty much unanimously agreed that your game's game of the week. Give us a
Thank
little
you.
insight, a little bit of preview.
Just quickly, does anyone actually know who the Bears' backup QB is?
Yeah. Oh, no, that's a Raiders one. Bethard? No?
Tyson Bagnet?
No,
it's Tyson Bagnet.
Yeah.
Oh, God, good luck.
Give us a little preview.
Terrified. It's usually around this time every year that the Ravens play Niao on my birthday. Last year they did, and they beat the Browns. This year they play in a day before my birthday against the Lions at M&T Bank, good old home field, M&T Bank. As has been made aware on this show many times, we all have our teams, but our second team is the Lions. We love the little engine that could, and at the moment, it's not the little engine that could. It's a powerhouse locomotive, smashing teams, and are 5-1. If you would have said to me a few years ago that is at this point in the season the Lions would be 5-1, I would have laughed. I would have laughed you out the building.
I could see Lamar running for his life from Hutch.
It's going to happen as well. Oh. As Baby Hope said, I think it's going to be close. It's going to be very close. We need to start firing in the red zone, because last week, even after Devin,
not relying on a leg.
Yeah, 100%. Even after Devin Duvernay took that punt return 70 yards, we were inside the Titans' 10-yard line, and we had to kick it.
Because Lamar decided he wanted a touchdown.
Exactly, yeah. We need to get on the same page when it comes to the red zone, otherwise the Lions will eat us alive. As much as I hate to say it, it's going to be close, but I think the Lions will do us. I pray to God I'm wrong.
You guys have got Vikings in Minnesota.
Yes.
Is this a good game for Birdie to bounce back?
Yes.
The Vikings have a
Thank you.
They have a questionable defense. Even if we are potentially without Debo and potentially without CMC, I feel like Purdy will have to prove that he has the source that everyone thinks he has. But I feel like he will bounce back. And I mean, the Vikings don't have Jefferson, and I feel like we should be okay.
Yeah.
Mr. Perrins?
So, yes, we lost to the Browns, and Purdy for 3/4 of that game did not.
So funny.
Sorry.
That's so funny.
So, did you laugh when I said that you didn't actually have an offense?
Can I interrupt you really quickly?
It's about
Yes.
CMC being cleared.
Yeah, Niners
Yeah.
coach Carl Shanahan tells reporters that Christian McCaffrey had an MRI that was encouraging and considers CMC day to day with his oblique injury. That is
Same as Trent, same as Debo.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
He in the fourth quarter. I mean, he didn't play well, but then when quarterbacks don't play well, and elite quarterbacks don't play well, they still manage to like draw out, claw themselves back in the game. Brady did it. Mahomes has done it. Wilson's done it. Roethlisberger's done it. Manning's done it. He actually, really drove the ball down the field and got us into a position where that field goal had that opportunity to win us the game. Purdy is still a good quarterback, and it almost seems like a redundant phrase. People say, "Oh, he's not an elite quarterback because he was taken last in the draft." Well, a lot of great quarterbacks haven't been picked in the first round and ended up having Hall of Fame careers. Joe Montana, Tom Brady. Like, not everyone's going to be Peyton Manning. Like, I'm just going to grab my charger very, very quickly because my laptop's about to die. So just keep talking about the game.
Look at that sexy man leave the building. Mr. Hope.
Just bear with me a second. I'm just trying to find a tweet that Adam Schefter tweeted out earlier today about Purdy. So
okay, I'm going to jump in very quickly because, Buffalo are going to murder us. Simple as, really.
Jump on your punches, but it's the hope that kills you and all that.
I just can't see anything. I mean, we're playing poorly. Our defense is getting. Yeah, we're after 9 o'clock. I'm pissed off at our offense not doing anything. I saw a video of Devontae Parker after the game, and he looked disinterested, dishonest, like he couldn't really care that he didn't make that catch, like put us pretty much in field goal range. If that's what the players are going for, then yeah, we're done. Mr. Hope.
Okay. So the tweet from Adam Schefter basically said, I'll paraphrase it, Purdy had a bad game. Quarterbacks are allowed to have a bad game. Don't jump off the Purdy bandwagon yet. He will bounce back.
Fair enough. There are 6 teams on a bye week. Cincinnati, Dallas, Tennessee, Giants, Carolina, and Houston.
It's not the Giants.
Jets, sorry. I do apologize. It's green, not blue. Who needs this bye more than anyone else?
Cincy, I think. They need to reset their season.
Yep. Even though they're 3-3.
They need. Well, Joe Burrow's been looking better, but the week rest will do his calf the world of good.
Yep. Mr. Perrins?
What did I miss? Sorry, I'm just catching up. What teams need to buy?
Out of the 6 teams on a bye, who needs it the most?
Jets.
Yeah,
genuine Jets. So it's given them. They've got over the hump of not having Rodgers. They've got over the hump of going, oh crap, we're going to put up with Wilson. They've put a few really, really good performances together. They won the weekend, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah,
so Philadelphia.
They're on their bye week. They can reevaluate. They can look at, well, do we need to bring any players in? Or can we afford to ship players out? Can we work with the offense a little bit more? Are we going to have to change the playbook because Wilson is blatantly not Aaron Rodgers? So it just gives them that break to go, we've got through it. We're doing okay. What do we need to do now to get through the rest of the season? So I think for them, the Jets is the one that stands out to me.
Mr. Harris?
From a Ravens fan standpoint, it is anybody but the Bengals. But from a broadcast journalist standpoint, yes, that's what I'm calling myself these days, it's got to be the Bengals because I completely agree with what Ollie said. They need to reset their season. Going into the season, they were one of the contenders for the Super Bowl, and they were one of the top teams in the NFL. We've yet to see that. So they need to sort of, again, Baby Hope, as well educated on football as he is right again. He needs to rest his calf up, and I think they need to come back after the bye week with a renewed fire, renewed vigor, and start the season and realize that all hope is not lost.
And hopefully they can figure out how their O-line can actually stop him getting hit.
Yes.
Completely agree with all 3 of you, Cincy and New York. I'm going to put this another way. There's a rookie. There's 2 rookies on quarterbacks. Number 1 and number 2 pick. The number 2 pick is outperforming the number 1 pick by an absolute mile. CJ Stroud's looking like he's been in the league 3 or 4 years now.
Yeah.
Bryce Young needs this bye week to go through all the tapes with the coaches, go through this, look at this, going, right, what am I doing wrong? How can I improve myself? He needs this bye week just to refocus it and understand it and learn from the game. We've seen so many times that players have gone on a bye week and they've just sat there and studied the tape and they come back like a different player. And I think he
I
needs
don't think he will.
No.
No, I don't think Bryce Young is cut out for the NFL.
Wow. Nothing to do with his O-line, nothing like that, just from what you've seen.
He's got a good O-line.
Yeah, his O-line's not the problem.
Nothing to do with his wideouts, nothing. Just him.
No, I mean he doesn't have a great wideout core, but he has competent wide receivers.
Yeah, I mean he's got Adam Thielen, hasn't he?
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
32. Adam Thielen's still I class a top tier wide receiver.
Thielen had a game last weekend.
And I'm a big fan of Thielen. I think he's
120
great.
yards, something like that, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So Mr. Parents didn't actually go and get his charge. He went to get some food, I reckon.
No, literally.
Probably. What did he fill his speed bag, I expect?
To be fair, if I went downstairs, I would have got another Pepsi, but I didn't.
Oh, well, at least I know what I'm getting for Christmas.
Yes, I just put 2 cans in 1 pint glass. It normally works.
That's true. That's true. Otherwise, if I keep drinking, because I've hit that point now in my 30s where if I drink too much, I'm going to be weighing all night. Good lad. Good lad.
Man, you are a picture of health, baby hook.
When we're in our 30s and we drink water this late, we're in trouble.
Why are you telling people the secret?
Hey, our demographic listenings is 18 to 35, mate. So, you know.
Yeah, mostly Japanese as well, from what I've heard.
We are the demo kings, boys. We are the
Demo gods. Shinsuke Nakamura. No,
right.
sorry.
I didn't choose the prediction games this week, so we're leading it down to Mr. Hope to destroy them. Baby Hope had 4 out of 4 right last week.
Yeah, well done, Baby Hope.
Mr. Perrins had 1. Yes, that's 1, not 2. 1.
Did I not say to you though in the game, like as I was sitting next to you, go, Jesus Christ, I can't get 1 prediction right this week. I was like, Jesus Christ, man, what's going on? I've gone from destroying everybody last year to being dead last this year.
Same in fantasy as well, I heard.
No, I'm doing all right in fantasy. Oh wait, no, fantasy.
You are rock bottom.
He's off a cliff.
Even
well, you know what, I thought
Noah
it was
taking the mick out of you, man. I'm just putting it out like.
Yeah, well, you know what? I'll give Noah a verbal slap.
Lay the smackdown.
Yeah.
Right. I'm on 18, Shane's on 16, Baby Hope's 16, and Mr. Perrins is in a different postcode on 12.
Ha, bloody ha.
Mr. Hope, you're on us, sir.
I did Browns versus Colts because, as we mentioned, I think this will be a close game. And to be honest, I want to see how far this Minshew Mania runs with the 2 people below me.
Running wild.
Commanders
until Frankfurt in 4 weeks' time.
Right, what's going to happen?
They're playing the Patriots in Germany.
Yeah, as I say, what's going to happen?
Yeah, exactly.
That's squad and the plane won't get over there, I expect.
Julia Peppers is going to send him flying up in the air, just like he did Devontae Adams, just like he did with Tua.
Commanders Giants. Giants played well last week and were unlucky to lose against a good Buffalo team. And the Commanders are very hit and miss. The 3-3 Falcons against the 3-2 Bucks. Falcons have a passable defense. Can they stop Baker Mayfield and the Bucks? And Dolphins Eagles. Game of the week. 2-5-1 teams. Hard to call. I've tried to make it hard for you guys.
Mate, this
They're going to put on your tombstone.
Try to make it hard for you this week. Yeah, that's an interesting one. We're in a prediction league, me and Mr. Hope on Facebook. I found this week bloody hard. I really found it hard.
There were 7 or 8 games I could have put in this.
Likewise. Mr. Perrins, would you like to go first with Browns against the Colts?
Colts, because I don't want the Browns to do anything.
Ever again.
Ever again.
Mr. Harris. Browns.
I'm gonna go with my educated buddy on this one. I think Minshew Mania is going to continue to run wild, brother. What's over the Browns?
Baby Hope.
I don't believe in Minshew, Cleveland.
I
don't believe in you.
I don't believe in you.
The claws are out, ladies and gentlemen. The claws are out. I am doubling down with Mr. Hope. Indianapolis are not San Francisco, and they made San Francisco look mediocre. Is probably the best way to put it.
Yeah.
Not being disrespectful to the Niners. Cleveland did a number on you.
Yeah, I agree.
And Myles Garrett's got his bite back. That Cleveland secondary is brilliant. So yeah, I'm going for Cleveland. Baby Hope, Falcons against the Bucks. As he drinks.
I'm going to go with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I feel like the Falcons defense is probably not good enough to stop the Evans and Godwin train. And Baker is somehow playing well. So I'm going to give it to the Buccaneers. And Desmond Ridder is currently in the middle of a quite big meltdown.
Is he in the middle of a meltdown?
Yeah.
Well, he's not played well for a couple of weeks.
Yeah, he won 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, but that wasn't through him. That was through the other team losing rather than him winning.
Okay. Mr. Harris.
I gotta go with our beloved Baby Hope on this one. I think Faker Mayfield is gonna yeah, like that one. It's gonna drag this Bucks team to victory over a very bad Falcons team because, like we said, I think the Falcons have got all the pieces there, but for some reason, I think they put in wrong jigsaw pieces into a wrong puzzle. You know, they've got jigsaw pieces for like a +5 puzzle and in a 1,000-piece puzzle. It's just not happening.
Square peg, round hole.
Yeah. To make things a bit more complicated.
I am disagreeing with both of you.
Okay.
Tampa, yes, are good. Or meh. Better half of meh. Atlanta are better half of meh as well. Difference is Atlanta have a certain rookie running back who is absolutely outstanding, and I don't think the Bucs run defense will stop him.
I love Bijan.
I'm going for Bijan and the Falcons. Mr. Perrins.
I'm going to pick, and I've just laid this up as well for the right time. I'm going to pick the Underbaker.
You could never tell we do the show with a couple of wrestling fans, could you?
Class, I love it.
Tampa as well.
The Underbaker is going to. I'm going to say he's undefeated, but he's not. His resurrection of his career, and he's going to tombstone Ridder, and he's going to say, "Rest in peace, Desmond Ridder. His career never really started."
I got to top that now, haven't I?
Nice. Washington against New York. Baby Hope did say earlier on that Washington are hit and miss, whether they're good, whether they're bad or not. They had a bad game last week, so they're bound to do a good game. New York Giants are just bad. Sorry, OC, I love you so bloody much, and please don't hurt me. And New York, please play well when we come to see you in December. But yeah, for this one, I'm going for Washington to beat New York. Baby Hope.
I agree with you. You took the words out of my mouth. I think the Commanders will beat them. They're better than the Giants. I know that they did have a bad game last week. I think Sam Howell et al. Will bounce back. And I have the Commanders to win this one. Probably by more than one score.
Mr. Perrin, what have you got lined up for this time?
I think I'm going to go
Just soundboard doing now. Ah, and yes.
I'm gonna go with Sam Howell in the Wolf.
No, almost Halloween as well. I'll do that one.
Because Sam Howell, he's going to bark at the moon and he's going to put those dirty boy Giants in the ground.
Imagine what it's going to be like next week when it is literally Halloween weekend.
Oh my
God.
God, I'm going to dress up. I'll dress up.
Oh,
Like I did last year.
yeah.
I did it last year. Yeah.
Stay tuned, kids.
Shano.
The only time Sam Howell would bounce back is if he was wearing a suit made of rubber, right? The only impressive player that the Commanders have is Scary Terry.
Yeah.
But I think the Giants will play well against the Bills. They run the Bills close. So then with Saquon back as well, I'm going to go for the Giants.
Fair enough. Last game of the week, Ollie's called it pretty much game of the week. I swap sides. I hate it when you do that and I swap sides. I'm like, thank you. Mr. Hope, you haven't gone first yet. So, Eagles, Dolphins. No? Yeah, Eagles, Dolphins.
I reckon most of you are going to predict the Eagles here. I'm going to stand by my guy, Tua. The Eagles haven't been at their best this season. I think the Dolphins' offense will run wild. And although I do think it'll be close, I'm saying the AFC East, Miami Dolphins to topple the NFC East, Philadelphia Eagles, and go to 6-1.
So Mr. Perez is lining something up. So I'm gonna go next. I'm doubling down with you on that. I've said a couple of times that Philadelphia haven't got out of second gear and they've looked sluggish. The offense isn't firing. The defense isn't where it should be as of yet for a team that made it to the Super Bowl. Dolphins.
You all laughed at me in March when I said I put a bet on the Dolphins to make the Super Bowl. You all laughed at me.
Dolphins are.
I still do.
Mike McDaniels has that Dolphins offense ticking. Really are ticking. This is going to be a hell of a game. I wish I was going to be able to stay and watch this.
Jalen Ramsey's not going to play on Sunday, but they have opened his practice window.
Yeah, so he's got 21 days, so he'll be back in the next couple of weeks. So I'm doubling down with Miami to win Eagles by. I reckon it's going to be a couple of touchdowns. I reckon it's going to be a big score. Shano.
So you don't think the Eagles are going to bounce back there at all?
No, I just think Miami are too good. And Eagles haven't got on a second gear yet.
I'm inclined to agree with you. I'm going to go with the Fins on this one. I think that offense is unreal, absolutely unreal. Even without their new rookie phenom, Devin Achane, who's injured at the moment. Again. I think there's too much power on that offense. Waddle and Tyreek, they're going to have a field day against our Eagles secondary.
I really thought I was going to be in the minority here.
No, I think you're right there.
Mr. Perrins, you are dancing away, moshing away in the corner.
Doing something. And not to have Levine this time. Cigano socials.
I can hear Will Smith, so I think he's thinking for the
yes, I'm going to go with the Dolphins. I had a dream last night. That I was visited by the Miami Dolphins' greatest ever kicker. Jens, do you know who the Miami Dolphins' greatest ever kicker is?
No.
Ray Finkel, soccer style kicker. And I dreamt. You never heard of Ray Finkel?
No.
Yeah.
You never heard of Ray Finkel?
No.
I was just wondering where you were going with this.
In NFL history.
Second.
No, you have to look at Ray Finkel. And Ray Finkel told me that the Miami Dolphins are going to beat the Philadelphia Eagles because Philly aren't all that. And like I say with all of you guys, I don't think Philly have got out of second gear. I don't think they are in a position yet where they are going to feel comfortable going head-to-head with a team that is faster than them, stronger than them, firing on all cylinders. And do you guys watch Rick and Morty?
Yes, I watched New York, actually.
Do you think that Mike McDaniels just reminds you of an older version of Morty? Like, oh, gee, guys.
I do kind of see that. I do kind of see that.
Like, even when he talks like, gee, Rick, we win. But yeah, I'm going to go with Miami.
It's really difficult for Philadelphia because they've got obviously Miami this weekend, Washington, Cowboys, Kansas, Buffalo, and then they've got a bye. So they've got a real stretch of tricky games before their bye. They could quite easily be 5-5 at their bye.
Scary
Well,
thought.
I mean, I back them to beat the Commanders.
They need to step up their game, but yeah, Eagles. I would be, even 6-5 or 6-4. Hang on, that's week 11. Yeah, 6-5 going to their bye. It's a tricky stretch of runs they've got coming on now.
Yeah.
Definitely are.
I mean, if they beat Miami, that makes a statement, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. It does. Like I said, in 4 hours' time, if I could do my maths at this time of night, 4 hours' time, Jacksonville take on New Orleans. I've got a little punt going on. I think Jacksonville are going to absolutely stomp this, to be honest.
They should do,
Jacksonville
really.
looked good the weekend. They looked really good the weekend. They didn't even look like. I know they played against like Minshew, and it was supposed to be like Minshew's revenge tour, but like at no point in that match did I ever think that Jacksonville weren't in control. And I think they'll continue that. They are different gravy. They are really good.
They played really well the last 3 games.
Yeah.
So we will discuss that and all the weekend's actions, preview Monday Night Football as well at 8:30 on Monday Night Live on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, if we could be bothered to put it on, which seems to be the issue at the minute. Mr. Harris, you have something to say?
I do, yes. Bring your party hats for Monday night and a couple of beers if you feel like it. It's my birthday. We're having a special party on the show Monday night. Oh, well, I am anyway. If you want to join me, feel free.
I know. Last time I wore party hats, nobody joined me. So
I'm a party hat boy. I can sell some sticks, everything.
I got party hats for our first birthday, and Ollie and Tom didn't celebrate it.
Did you honestly think
I had a pint in my hand. I celebrated.
Did you honestly think me and Phil would say no to dressing up?
But I also, all my party hats are also in Cheltenham, so...
Yes, no good.
My friend parties all the time, parties all the time, parties all the time.
Right. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back for a spooky birthday for Mr. Harris on Monday, 8:30. Like I said, live, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch. This show will be live on Spotify 8:30 tomorrow, Friday morning. Until then, ladies and gentlemen, stay safe and enjoy the weekend's football.